Hi, my name is Lucina Castro Calderon, and today I'm going to talk to you about my research that is titled "The Impact of the Wall of Shame into Mobility." First, let me talk to you little bit about what was my research. First, the study side. I chose the district of Villa María del Triunfo, that is one of the 43 districts that make up the province of Lima, that is the capital of Peru. And this district, throughout its history, has been characterized by its big socioeconomical inequalities and mainly by the presence of the wall of shame. And that this wall mainly separates the upper class side from the slum that is Villa María del Triunfo. This barrier has limited the access to essential services, to employment opportunities, to public transportation, and mainly has been a big wall in a big of impediment in the mobility of its residents. About some of the methodology that I chose to do this work, first I interviewed 6 people, 2 interviews from Villa María del Triunfo, 2 interviewees were from Villa María del Triunfo from the Rinconada Pamplona Alta de Slum. Then 2 of the other people were from Miraflores and La Molina that are the rich side of the district. And then we have 2 people that had no prior knowledge on this wall. I did this to have a more a complete perspective on this wall. What do they think about this wall? And what was their impact of the wall? And I did some map analysis to address the quality of the roads, the efficiency of the public transportation, and the location of basic services. I compared these things between both sides of the wall. And the research question is, what is the impact of the wall of shame into mobility? About some of the data analysis and results that I got, well, you can clearly see in the map how different are the living conditions between both sides, how in the rich side of the wall, they have well-maintained houses, clean houses, they have a lot of vegetation, they have parks almost everywhere. They have these big trees that provide shade for the people to walk around their district. They have good conditions on their streets and sidewalk to do jogging, to walk, to do cycling. And in the other side, a couple of meters away, in the other side of the wall, they have houses that are barely standing up. They don't have they have almost non-existent vegetation. They have little trees. And about the sidewalks and street condition, they are almost completely made out of dirt. And they don't have defined limited. You don't know when the street starts or when the sidewalk, and it doesn't have clear limits. And I also conducted these interviews, and I got a lot of interesting quotes that show us how different the living situations are. First, we have a resident from Surco, that is the rich side of the wall, and he says, "Our streets are well maintained, clean, and safe. The sidewalks are wide and perfect for walking or jogging. We have plenty of green spaces and parks. It is a really pleasant place to live," says this resident. And a couple of meters away, we have this resident from Rinconada, Pamplona Alta, that is the slum, that he says, "Our streets are full of holes, trash piles everywhere, and there aren't many lights. The sidewalks are broken and sometimes they don't even exist. It is difficult to walk around here, especially when it rains." This shows us the contrast on living conditions. Even though these places are so close together and only divided by the wall, the quality of life changes a lot by this separation. And about some of the discussion and conclusion from this work, we can see that this wall of shame it represents an issue to the surrounding urban environment. We have the impact of mobility, how it has limited the access to the essential services. We have the limit of education. We can do a connection between the high rate of illiteracy that the poor district have, with the inability that they have to cross the wall to access this education. And we have the impact of socialization. How has this wall has made it even more difficult to do social mobility? Some of the recommendations that I would give is that Tearing down this wall is not a solution. It will not eliminate the inequalities that already existed before this wall was created. We need to do work on first dialogue and social citizen participation. We have to promote the spaces of dialogue between both neighborhoods that are on the side of the wall. We have to improve public services. We have to invest in the most disadvantaged areas, such as we have to do public lighting, waste collection, and road infrastructure are the main things that need to be worked on. And we have to create public spaces, build park plazas, and offer public spaces that connect these two communities and encourage social interaction. We need because tearing this wall down will offer no solution if we don't address any of the other problems that already existed.